Hi all, welcome to another video of Korean Pho. So today we're going to talk about everything related to travel restrictions, vaccine passports, and Corona update all the way from Vietnam. So let's get started. Alright, so let's start with, so I have three different points for today. Alright, so the first one is visa related information and travel restrictions and all that. The second one will be vaccine passport related information, and the last one will be COVID update. Everything about what's happening with regards to COVID in Vietnam. Alright, so let's begin with the visa and travel restrictions. Alright, so since March last year, I don't think Vietnam is accepting any more tourist visa to Vietnam. However, Vietnam have been accepting business, investors, and experts and professionals if they have all the documents required by the government. I mean, they have certain documents required if you want to enter Vietnam. And those visas are still applicable. You can, the company who hires you, or probably the investment that you want to do in Vietnam, if you can actually show that as a proof, then they will let you in, and probably you can apply through a valid agency. And this agency can be a visa agency, or your organization that you're applying to can do that visa applications for you. So even if you do enter Vietnam, you still have to go through the 21 days quarantine procedures. So make sure you find a hotel and all that is booked even before you land here. And I'm not sure if Vietnam is accepting any commercial flights from outside of Vietnam. As of now, that's not there. All the flights are repatriate flights. So I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that word right. So from India, they come here to take Indians from Vietnam back to India, and probably from India, they bring Vietnamese back to their home country. So those are the flights currently available, and you can actually fly in that flight here if you have a valid visa for working in Vietnam. All right, so that's how you can enter Vietnam as of now. However, I heard that they are going to apply vaccine passport real soon. So that's the next part of the information, which is all about vaccine passport. But before we go there, I want to give some more information for people who are living currently in Vietnam. If you are on a tourist visa, and if you entered Vietnam after 1st March 2021, you can still you can get a visa extension till 31st of July. However, if you entered Vietnam before 1st March 2021, you can still apply for this visa extension, but you need to have a letter from your embassy or the diplomat to make saying that you were stuck in Vietnam, and you didn't have no other choice other than to stay. So if you have that kind of letter, you're still eligible for the visa extension. So to all my Indian friends who are here in Vietnam, if you are stuck here, make sure you get in touch with the embassy, or be in that Indians in Vietnam Facebook group. There are updates almost every week. So kudos to people who actually keep updating the page. So yeah, and that's all about the visa, visa extensions, and the way in which you can enter Vietnam and things like that as of now. Now, coming to vaccine passport. Vaccine passport is something which I've been hearing since last April, and I'm not sure how it's actually going to work, but I saw an article in VN Express, and they have clearly stated some guidelines for how it's going to work out. So they say that vaccine passport starts from July. I'm not sure from which date it's going to actually begin, but it says that it's going to start from July. Some of the rules are, they accept people only who are vaccinated. So, and the vaccination should be either approved by the WHO or the US Center of Disease Control, or the European Medicines Agency, or Vietnam. So basically, either of these four should approve the vaccine. The vaccine should be approved by them in order for you to actually enter Vietnam. So if you have taken any other vaccine which is not approved by any of these four agencies, basically you're screwed. You cannot enter Vietnam. However, if you have, then you can definitely enter Vietnam, but there are given more conditions. If you had COVID, like your discharge certificate should be at least 12 months old before you enter Vietnam. 36 hours before you enter Vietnam, you should do the health declaration. You should also showcase where you're going to stay and what time is your flight and all that information. Now, after you enter Vietnam, you need to do only a 7-day quarantine. So basically, it's actually good. It's better than 21 days quarantine. It's almost a month, but 7 days is almost a week. That's okay. I think that's acceptable to most people as of now. Another thing is that before you leave Vietnam, 72 hours before you leave, you need to get tested and you need to make sure that you are negative before you leave. So that's also in place. I think that's a very good way to begin tourism. For me, I would be personally, when doing any international travel anytime soon, I might actually travel within Vietnam to, just enjoy my time. I want the world to be a little bit more stable before I can do any international travel. I will leave a link to the VN Express article, so probably you can have a look at it as well. Lastly, we are coming to the COVID situation. So the COVID situation in Vietnam is getting a little worse. I would put it that way. Vietnam was much better like 2 months back in April. Beginning of April, we were all good. Everyone was, out there enjoying their times. I was traveling, helping, being with my wife and my friends, going out to the bar and enjoying our weekends and stuff like that. But since 27th April, Vietnam have seen a spike in COVID cases. The total COVID cases as of now is 19,310 cases, wherein 7,643 people have recovered with 84 deaths. So, but that is in total, all right? That is since the beginning of COVID, the pandemic. But since 27th April, we had 16,096 cases. That means before April, we had only 3,000 cases for the past 1.5 years. So Vietnam did pretty well keeping COVID away, but since 27th April, it just went for a toss. I just checked today's counter, and we have roughly around 517 cases reported today. So that means right now, yesterday was the highest that we had so far, around 760 plus cases. But I think today we will overtake it again, probably. I'm not sure. I need to check that number tomorrow morning to make sure whether it overtook 760 or not. But I think that will actually go beyond that. So in the last 14 days, we had 6,000 cases. So you can see the total number of cases is just 19,000 in the past 2 years. However, since 27th April, it's 16,000. And in the past 2 weeks, it's 6,000. So the actual growth of COVID cases started happening since probably for 3 weeks now. That's when the the surge started kicking in, and everything is going weird and really getting scary. The major number of COVID cases are happening in Ho Chi Minh City and Bac Giang. So Bac Giang was on the top. I think there were over 5,600 cases over there. But I think Ho Chi Minh was like a couple of cases behind, like probably 10 or 15 cases behind. But I think Ho Chi Minh have overtook Bac Giang by now, and it should be somewhere around 5,600 plus or 700 plus cases already. So if you're planning to travel to Ho Chi Minh City, I would say put that plans on hold and probably stay wherever you are and be safe. However, the other cities and provinces in Vietnam are pretty good. They are recovering. They are all stable. Just Ho Chi Minh City is getting a little bit worse because this is the biggest city in Vietnam. It is highly populated, and there are so many people living in very close distance, and the houses and the streets are so narrow, and everything is very close. So the spread will be faster, and it will be very hard to control. And especially the government is not able to trace some of the F0s. That means people who gave the COVID. They cannot find the F0s. So it's very hard. Vietnam did a very good job in the previous wave because they were able to trace everyone. They were able to trace everyone's contact. But this time they're not able to do it. So it's getting really hard for the government to control this whole situation. I'm not sure how it's going to be. Probably a couple of days from now. But as of now, the government is trying their best to test everyone. By the way, myself and my wife, we went through 2 COVID tests already. They did a test for the whole ward. I just did the second test 2 days back, so we haven't got the result for the second test. Hope it's negative. With regards to vaccines, that's the last thing which I want to say. Vietnam didn't have vaccine up until like 2 or 3 months back. We got a couple of vaccines in the beginning, but then that was applied to the frontline workers. But Vietnam just started doing vaccines giving vaccines to the public probably a month back. That's when they really started. Probably in June. There's still very less number of people have got vaccine. Probably 3 to 5% of the whole population. So if I would say this to everyone who are trying to get vaccinated, I would say this: if you are working in an industry where you can work from home and you don't need to go out, probably you need to wait to get vaccinated, because I hope that the government give priority to those people who are actually outside on a daily basis. People like the delivery guys, the people who stays in the supermarket or some store, people who work as frontline workers, or a police, an army, and all those kind of people. They work outside on a daily basis. So those kind of people need to be vaccinated first. So for example, I'm staying at home most of the time, but I come in contact with 2 to 3 delivery guys every day. So that means if that guy is carrying COVID, then he's going to transfer it to me, and then I'm going to spread the whole apartment. So they need to be vaccinated first. That's what I think. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Put it in the comment section below. So yeah, that's all about the information that I have. Hope it was helpful for you. I will leave all the links in the description down below. Go have a look at it. You can check all the ministry, whatever. They have some FAQs where they answer some of the questions from expats. So it's actually really good. So you get to know what to do in a particular situation. They update all these visa extension information on a weekly or monthly basis. So they have frequent updates about that happening in the same website. If you want to keep track of all the COVID information, you can head to VN Express. Hope this vaccine passport kicks in, and probably some of my friends who are actually waiting to travel to Vietnam will be able to travel here and get a glimpse of Vietnam. But I can totally understand that the travel won't be the same again. The experiences that I had when I visited Vietnam in the beginning, I'm not sure if they can get the same experience. I rented a bike and traveled all the way to Hanoi, and those kind of experiences I don't think anyone else can have at the moment. It's very hard because some provinces will be closed because of that, and there will be a lot of checking and all that stuff. So I'm not sure how it's all gonna go out, but I hope everything comes back to normal and we all can travel again and enjoy this beautiful country. So thanks a lot for listening to all that boring stuff that I said. Probably it's informative to you, probably it's not. But as I mentioned, I will leave all the links down below. And yeah, once again, thanks a lot for tuning in, and I will see you guys in my next video. Ciao.